Yo, bro, I've been on Twitter all day. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, dude,
I
I've been looking at trades like left. Dude, I had no clue that Katie got traded at like 1 a.m.
Really, did you wake up in the morning and find out about that?
No, I didn't. No, I woke up at like 7 for my class. I go like on Twitter and I see like a Woj say Kevin Durant has been traded.
Yo, cause what's it called? The trade
What was it
deadline was
called?
at 3. I had a
Yeah,
class,
I
and
know.
while like during the class, while the teacher was like giving out the lesson, um, I was just on my phone just refreshing Twitter to get notice from Woj and Shams. Yo, they put up
Mhm.
numbers today. I'm not gonna lie, they put up
Yeah, they
numbers.
did.
Oh
They
my
definitely did.
god, yeah, those are the best insiders the NBA has ever
Yeah.
seen. The amount of stuff that they've
Yeah.
coming out. But yeah, we're back. Episode 10 of the Salty Ones podcast. That's a record. We have 10 episodes so far in this
Yay.
podcast.
That's
Shout
that's one milestone
That's
for
one
us.
milestone. Next milestone would be, I guess, 100. Let's try to get 100. That's gonna take a long time
Yeah,
though. That's gonna take, I
probably.
think, what, in 2 years of time? In 2 years time, right? Some shit like that. 100 episodes.
100?
Yeah, because we're gonna do one episode
Maybe
per week. Maybe if we had two, it would be a lot closer. But yeah,
maybe yeah, probably.
year and a half, we can get to 100. But yeah, our next goal would be 100 episodes. But damn, we got 10 episodes in. Because a lot of podcasts that I've seen, especially from bigger content creators, they don't even last for more than like 5 episodes. People just run out of motivation. So I'm glad that we're
Yeah.
still doing this, and hopefully we can actually
Hmm.
grow it into something special because we've been getting some
Yep.
traction as of late. I started uploading some clips on the channel. I don't know if you saw it, but yeah, the latest video, it's I uploaded like a clip of the Seth part of our last podcast. It got like 300
Yeah.
views. It's not a
Oh
lot, but
wow.
yeah, it did well. So we're actually
Mm.
getting some momentum. So if you're new around here, make sure to
I,
like and subscribe because
yep.
we're gonna try to do this more consistently. But let's get into this, man. We were talking about the NBA trade deadline. Give me your thoughts, bro. Like there was some
This
crazy
was the
shit.
like this was honestly the most chaotic like trade deadline I've seen in a while.
Mm-hmm. Easily,
Like it's
easily.
like it's always just been very like kind of boring. Like trades don't happen until maybe like an hour before the deadline actually ends. But this one has just been like rapid fire. It's like almost like every single like minute like there was a trade happening.
That's true. That's true. Let's talk about it in order though, because we were talking about the KD shit,
Yeah.
and there was some
Hmm.
insane shit that happened in this trade deadline. The one thing I
Right.
gotta say though, before these past couple of days that has happened, especially starting from Sunday, the trade deadline was not looking good. At that point, I think the only person
Was
that was
not, no.
traded, I forget who it was, but it was just a small role player. I think from the Mavs.
I think so.
I forget his name. God
Yeah.
damn. There's a lot of players that got
Yeah.
traded, but up until this past Sunday, the trade deadline was not looking good. Nobody was really making any
Hmm.
moves. But
Right.
once Kyrie requested a trade from Brooklyn to another
Yeah, I was like,
team, that's when it changed
yeah.
everything, man. Because
Yeah.
there was already trade speculations from Kyrie and
Right.
KD in the previous seasons, and we saw
Hmm.
on Sunday, Kyrie was traded from the Brooklyn Nets
Yeah.
to
So
the Dallas Mavericks. So give me your thoughts on that. How do you
yeah.
think?
So
Do you think Kyrie will fit in Dallas?
so I mean, like to be fair, like the Mavericks definitely like fleeced the Nets. I think that the Nets
Easily,
could have gotten so much more like out of that trade.
easily,
But
easily.
so my main thing is that like again, I said this like numerous times, but I don't think this like permanently solves the Mavericks' problems.
Mhm.
Like it's like a temporary fix to like a solution that's probably gonna like hurt you if you don't resign Kyrie.
Mhm. True. True.
So I
Um.
mean,
Yeah,
like
go ahead.
this will definitely make them like a good team, definitely.
Mhm.
But do I see them, like winning a championship? No, because again, they don't really have like a glorified center.
That is true. Their biggest guy is Christian Wood. Like that's not gonna
Yeah,
do
he's
anything.
and he's not a center.
Exactly. So
He's not a center. He's a
that's
four man. Like
That's the biggest problem that the Mavs have.
right,
While yes, Luca finally has some help, which is what the Mavs
right.
needed.
It's what they needed.
They needed additional star power for Luca to
Yeah.
actually compete. Because the Mavs, like we talked about this in the first episode, the one thing the biggest problem the Mavs had was that it was just Luca and shooters. While it does work,
Yeah.
you need someone else that's reliable to give you buckets, and Kyrie's that answer. So it's a good pickup. I'm glad that Mark Cuban made this decision, but like you said, this isn't the move that will give them a championship. This isn't
Right.
the one thing that really
And
solidifies them as okay, they actually have a chance. However, the one thing I do gotta say though is the fact that the West is wide open. So even though like
the West
this
is wide open, yeah.
as even though this doesn't solve their problems, especially at center, because they don't have a big guy that can kind of control the paint like other teams do.
Right.
You don't really need a true center to like win games. We saw that with
I
Golden
mean,
State. Like they
yeah,
had
true.
Draymond at the 5, they ran that lineup a lot, but it
I
had
mean,
a
Kevin Looney was like their center,
yeah.
and like he was getting like 20 plus boards.
That's true. Kevon Looney was going insane. But the one thing I want to say is the fact that the Mavs they're a contender for sure. Even though they
They're
aren't like
definitely
a
a
super
contender.
team and they aren't like super stacked or anything, they're easily one of the better teams in the West and they're a team to look out for. I'm actually super excited. I did catch some of the highlights after the Nets
I
played
did
the
too.
Clippers last night. Kyrie looks
Mhm.
good. Kyrie hasn't lost a
Yeah.
step. Even though he only dropped 24, he did enough to help the Mavs win. And I mean, a player like that is going to be a huge difference maker at playoff time because he has championship experience.
Now, if so, I mean, I feel like this is an obvious answer, but like, do you think that they're gonna let him walk or they're gonna re-sign him?
I think it depends because listen, there's only 6 months left on his contract.
Right.
This is essentially a rental. If Kyrie
Yeah.
performs well, he doesn't get
Mhm.
injured. There's no controversy like the whole anti-Semitic stuff
Right.
that was going on.
Mhm.
And they go like they don't have to win a championship for to resign
No, they
Kyrie,
don't.
but
I
as
think they
long
just
as
have to,
as long as they do well, I think if they go to the
Right.
Western Conference Finals again and Kyrie plays well alongside Luka, they'll definitely throw him some money for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. But if it fails, let's say Kyrie's unhappy in Dallas, he doesn't develop a relationship with Luka, Kyrie's
Yeah.
definitely going to walk. And if he's going to
If
walk, he's going to go to LA. Because here's the thing. I thought when Kyrie requested the trade, I initially thought that, him going to LA was a lock. He wanted to go to the Lakers. LeBron wanted him. He expressed that in an interview. I thought Kyrie to the Lakers was basically confirmed. But Joe Tsai, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets, he's a pussy. He cock-blocked Kyrie from going to
did, yeah.
LA and just sent him back into Dallas, which is a good alternative for Kyrie. I'm pretty sure he's still excited
So
to play with Luka.
so the biggest thing like that I'm taking away from this is that if let's say if like the Mavericks resign if they don't resign him and they let him walk, then it kind of makes you look worse because then you traded away players for another player for like a superstar player for 6 months and he walks and you didn't even win the finals, so you didn't even get to like where you wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you look at it that way, it's kind of like I don't really know how this like it's gonna trade out because like if he does walk, then it's gonna make the Mavs look worse.
Wait, what?
If the Mavs let him walk, I think it's gonna make them look worse.
Yeah, that is true. But it's just a rental. However, they did lose some players. I did look up like the full trade. They lost
It was
Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith. Those are two good players on the Mavs. Like they're
No,
not
I mean,
they're not
okay.
amazing players, but when it comes to the system that the Mavs were running, two shooters and Dinwiddie, while he isn't the best player in the world, he's actually a shot creator. Those
No,
were
yeah.
two good like role players that helped Luka in the system. However, that isn't the biggest loss in the world as Kyrie's like a better shot creator, way better shot creator than
Oh yeah,
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Spencer Dinwiddie though, like oh not Spencer Dinwiddie. He's kind of like an above average guy.
Yeah, he's a solid
Um,
like backup player.
No, yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith is like
I mean, Dorian Finney-Smith is a good defender. He's really good on the
Yeah,
wing when it comes to defending
true.
guys like a
Yeah.
LeBron or a KD. He's not a lockdown
Sure.
type of guy, but he provides that wing defense
Yep.
that the Mavs has. So they lost some of that, but I think it's a good risk because the reward is pretty high. However, there's a high
Right.
risk as well because Kyrie has those problems off court, and most of it's not really his problem, but it just happens to Kyrie. He has some bad luck
Right.
when it comes to the off court
does.
antics. It's not entirely his fault, but it just happens. So
Yeah.
they're taking a risk,
Um,
but there's a massive reward if they
It's a very
handle
high
it
reward.
if they handle it properly. So
Now,
let's
what are the next big trades?
let's talk about it. Russell
Kevin
Westbrook.
Durant.
No, we'll talk about
Oh,
Westbrook.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, we'll do
Yeah.
Kevin Durant. All right,
Yeah,
then.
we'll talk about it in order. Let's talk about it in order.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
Alright.
so Russell Westbrook got traded to the Utah Jazz in a three-way trade between the Jazz, Lakers, and the T-Wolves. Let me try to bring up the full trade package.
Here, I have it right here.
Okay. Can you just read it out?
Yes. So the Lakers got D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, and Malik Beasley. The Jazz got Westbrook, Juan Toscano-Anderson, Damian Jones, and the Lakers 2027 first. And the Timberwolves got Mike Conley, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I don't even know who that is, a second-round pick in 2024, and a 2025 and 2026 second-round pick. So 3 second-round picks.
Okay. And with this trade, man, I think looking at it when I first saw it and that the Lakers got D'Lo, I wasn't the biggest.
I swear, if you say that they're contenders, I swear to God.
No. I wasn't the biggest fan of it initially. However, what they got from that trade was good. This is the first trade that I was like, okay, Rob Pelinka, you actually did something decent to help out the Lakers.
Right.
The one thing that I've expressed essentially all season long is that the Lakers lacked shooting and wing defense. They lacked defense on the wing. And the shooting was the biggest problem for the Lakers. They were the last team in the entirety of the NBA in terms of shooting 3-pointers.
Right,
they had basically no shooters on their team. They had the Brody who couldn't shoot, Westbrook.
He could not shoot
the memes were coming out that he couldn't shoot. Lakers fans didn't want Westbrook to shoot. That's how bad it was. And I mean, they cut a lot of their shooters like Matt Ryan, sent him back into the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? But
wrong Matt Ryan.
That's crazy. They cut him after he hit like the game tying shot. You remember that?
Disrespect. Yeah, that was
disrespectful as fuck. But anyway, speaking of this trade, however, this is what the Lakers needed. Rob Pelinka, he actually made a good trade by getting D'Lo, who, while hasn't had the best couple of seasons in the past, he has been playing well in the past 2 months. He has been shooting well. His numbers are up ever since the start of the new year, so that's a good sign. Not only that, they got Malik Beasley, another great shooter for the T-Wolves. There's a statistic that says that between Malik Beasley and D'Lo, they hit about 16 threes a game. So in terms of 3-point production, this is exactly what the Lakers needed. They were last in the entire league in terms of hitting 3-pointers and 3-point percentage. So getting 2 3-point threats is a very good sign. Even though they aren't the most efficient, this is exactly what LeBron and AD need for them to win games. They also got Vanderbilt from the Utah Jazz.
I really like him. I wanted the Sixers to get him, but
he's a very good defender. He's a power forward. In terms of defense, he's what the Lakers needed as well. They lacked interior defense. Outside of AD, they didn't really have anyone that could really lock up down low and protect the rim. So having someone like Vanderbilt, who's very good defensively, who's still developing, he's only 23 years old, I'm surprised the Jazz let him go. And he's done a very good job when it comes to protecting the rim. And this is what they needed. They needed wing shooting, and they needed another rim protector. The Lakers also traded away Thomas Bryant. I was initially skeptical about it. I was like, what the fuck is Rob Pelinka doing? But literally 10 minutes later, they got Mo Bamba from the Orlando Magic.
I'm saying this right now. That does not help them. That is not good.
How so? Is he ass? Is he ass? I thought he was...
Mo Bamba's like, very okay.
Would you say he's an upgrade over Thomas Bryant?
I mean, I don't really watch a lot of like games like for the Lakers, so I haven't really seen like Thomas Bryant that much. Like,
I'm gonna lie though, Thomas Bryant has some games where he was looking like a monster.
Yeah, exactly.
There was some games where he was going off. Like, I'm not really a Lakers fan. I don't watch their games like that. But I'm coughing. Oh fuck! But I'd be catching their highlights sometimes from like Flight Reacts and things of that nature. And bro, Thomas Bryant be getting the boards. He's a good interior player. So I was surprised they let him go. But Mo Bamba is a good, I guess, replacement. So, and here's the thing. Let's see. Mike Conley went from the Jazz to the Wolves, right? That's what they got in the deal. Yeah, I don't know what the Timberwolves are doing, letting go D'Lo and Malik Beasley that easily. For some second-round picks, was it 2 second-round picks and a first-round pick?
There was like 2 or 3. I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. In my opinion, they should have asked for more. I don't know what the T-Wolves were
maybe even
doing.
a first.
They should have gotten another first. maybe even another player. I just felt like the
Yeah.
T-Wolves, out of everybody in this deal, this is like they're essentially the losers of this three-way trade. The Jazz, they got Westbrook, who I've been hearing reports that they're gonna buy out Westbrook's contract because they don't want to keep him.
They don't
They
definitely
give
don't
away
want
some
to.
more draft picks because they have
Yeah.
they have draft capital to move, which is good. Smart move from
Right.
Danny Ainge. I think at least the winners of this trade are the Lakers easily, and the Jazz. The T Wolves, they're fucking up. We've talked about this on the Discord, man. That Rudy Gobert trade is hideous. That's
It is bad, dude.
yeah, it's looking more uglier and uglier by the day. I don't know
Yeah.
how many picks did they get for Gobert? Like,
It's like four firsts.
yeah, 4 first and like 2 second. It was nasty. And looking
It
at the
was.
T Wolves, they're not doing well. They're sitting outside of playoff contention. So, yeah, they didn't make that step that they thought they were going to make. But the
Yeah.
Lakers, I think this is the right move. I know you
They
told me
definitely
not
the
to
right
say
move.
that they're playoff contenders. Now, I'm not saying they are. However,
No, I'm not saying playoff contenders because like chances are they probably will make
They
the
will-
playoffs.
they
now,
will make
but
the playoffs.
They're definitely not finals contenders.
yeah,
though.
yeah, I know that's what you're saying. I'm not saying that they are finals contenders. They're gonna win the championship,
Yeah.
but this is what they needed for LeBron and AD to thrive. I've said this before, but the reason why the 2020 Lakers won the chip is because LeBron and AD had players that played their role. They had people who can hit a three. They had people that can get rebounds and block shots down low. Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo, Kyle Kuzma, KCP. Those players aren't the
Exactly.
best players, but they played their role and they stepped up. And that's the reason
Right.
why they won the chip in 2020. That's why
Exactly.
they were so dominant. And players like these, like D'Lo, Malik Beasley, and the other guy, I forget what's that guy's name?
The other guy.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
They needed those type of players to play with them. However, there's one thing that I'm starting to notice. It's starting to become a pattern. Every time somebody plays with LeBron, they start playing bad. I don't know. It's just like
Right.
maybe it's the lights getting to them and some shit. But listen, man. As I've said before, the West is wide open, and between seeds 2 and 13, between the second seed and the third, between the second seed and the 13th seed, they're only like they're only 5 to 6 games apart. So with
Yeah,
that being
that's like
said,
it's crazy.
the West is wide open. All the Lakers have to do is go on a run, and they're already in the 6th or 5th seed, heading into the playoffs. That's all they
Right.
need to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, let me ask you this: do you think the Lakers will go far this season?
I think second round at best. If I'm being honest.
Okay.
Because like
Yeah, explain why.
I mean, right now where they're at, it's like, because, okay, so let me like clarify this. It really only depends if AD is healthy.
Facts. That's true.
That's like
true.
that's like one of the biggest things. If he's not healthy, they're fucked. If he gets like, if he constantly is like questionable for games, is like, then I just don't see them like making it very far.
Exactly. I
Like,
definitely agree 100%.
I think like their max, like their ceiling's definitely second floor, like second round, and then the floor is like playing.
Yeah, I agree. I think AD is going to be the biggest the biggest question when it comes to
No, yeah,
the Lakers doing something. Because here's the thing, Braun is
because
Braun.
he's like,
Here's the thing, LeBron is LeBron. He's gonna go crazy,
yeah.
but it's like this
For sure.
isn't 2018 where LeBron can hard carry a team. He's in
Right,
the
he can't
West
do that
now,
anymore.
and looking at the competition, it's a lot harder than what he was
way
before.
harder.
Not only that, LeBron's aging. He's getting older. He's getting
Yes.
older. And
Yes,
you know,
indeed.
LeBron's been getting injured more frequently in the past couple of seasons, so he's gonna have to also stay healthy. But AD, at least in the beginning of the season, he was killing it, bro. AD at one point there was like a 10-game stretch where he was putting like 35, 12. There was some crazy numbers that he was putting up, and it did slow down because he got injured.
Yeah,
But AD has to stay healthy, and
he has to. If he can stay healthy, I think they'll definitely make the playoffs.
they'll definitely make the playoffs, and I think they can make a run. In my opinion, with the team that they have, they can beat any team in the West. That's just how I feel. So let's talk about it, man. The team that really kind of won the trade deadline in terms of a sweepstakes, the Suns. They traded for
Okay.
Kevin Durant. Give me your thoughts about that.
Okay, so like I said this like I remember back in like the summer, like it was like towards end of June when the reports came out that like he wanted to leave Brooklyn. And I was like I was talking to like people at the time, and I was like, no one wants to trade for him because of the fact that if they trade for him, they give up so much, and eventually, because like there's a very good chance he ends up just like not being good like within like the next like few years, then they're gonna be bad because they have no future.
True.
And that's literally like that's what the Suns did. Like if the Suns are trying to do win now mode, that's fine. That's like that's a win now type of move, and that's okay. Because I think like the fact that if they're okay with winning a championship 1 year and then like the next couple of years they're like mediocre or like to good, then I think they're okay with that.
I think they're in win now mode, considering that Chris
No,
Paul's
yeah.
getting old. KD's
No, yeah,
what,
for sure.
32, 33 years old? He's getting up
He's
there
like
in
33,
age.
34.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age as well. They're definitely in win now mode, considering the fact that they're getting someone like KD who essentially bolsters their offense. However, looking at this trade, man, I'm kind of skeptical on who they sent out. They traded KD for Mikal Bridges, Cam
Yeah.
Johnson, Jay Crowder, first 4 round picks, four first round picks, a 2028 pick swap for Durant, like I said, and TJ Warren. They lost
So-
Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges, I don't know if you know.
He's a no.
stud, bro. He's a stud. He's
I
one of
remember the Sixers were supposed to draft him, and then we traded him for Zaire Smith,
Zaire Smith. Oh my god.
who almost down to a sunflower or like a sesame seed or something. Like that. I don't know.
Oh my god. Yeah,
It was like a bad trade for us. I
Yeah.
hated that. I hated that day.
that's the thing, bro. Mikal Bridges, that's a heavy loss because defensively,
yeah.
he's one of the
He is-
best wing defenders in the entire
know.
league. He was one of the candidates for Defensive Player of the Year last year, which
Yeah,
shows you,
he was.
he's a really, really good defender. So
He's a very good defender.
that's a loss in itself.
Yeah.
They also lost Cam Johnson, who's a good backup player, and
He's
Jay
like
Crowder.
a spot up shooter.
And Jay Crowder, who's also a good like defensive wing player, and he can
He's not
shoot
bad.
as well. They lose 3 important players that really helped them get to the finals during their finals run in 2021.
definitely.
So they lost a lot of their depth for KD, who is an offensive monster. He's still one of the best players in the league by any means, right? But he's
Right.
not good defensively. He's at best below average. They lose a lot of depth, and even though people are saying that this team is stacked, do you think this is a super team?
Honestly, I'd say yeah.
Okay, clarify. Explain why.
So-
Because I
okay, so
disagree.
you-
I disagree. I don't
Really?
think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, because I mean, okay, like Devin Booker, like we all know he's a stud.
He's a superstar, yeah.
Yeah, and then we know KD's a star, and like Chris Paul, I mean, he can, even though he's definitely not like he's a shell of what he used to be. He's still like decent,
Yeah, and that's my caveat.
and you have like an okay set, and you have like a decent center in DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre
so,
Ayton's
like,
pretty good. But that's
he's
my
okay.
that's my caveat when it comes to, I guess, a super team. Looking at this team, like, yes, Booker and KD easily. That's a dynamic duo right there.
Yeah, definitely.
With
You,
Chris,
you do lose a lot of bench depth, though. I can see where your point is coming from.
yeah, looking at Booker and KD, I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about Chris Paul. Chris Paul, like you mentioned, he's a shell of what he used to be. He's not in his prime anymore. And even when looking at his stats, even compared to his prior years in Phoenix, he's not. Statistically, this is his worst season
It's
since
definitely
he's
his worst
joined.
year.
He's putting up 14-9, which is still like it's average, but in terms of Chris Paul numbers, that's not what he used to be.
That's
He's
not what
getting
he
up
used
there
to
in
be, yeah.
age. He's 37 years old. He's not LeBron James in terms of being an Iron Man. LeBron's putting up 30 points per game per night.
Right.
Chris Paul's not doing that. Even though he's putting
not
up
doing
almost
that.
a double-double every night helping his team, he's not what he used to be. And in terms of
Definitely.
having a super team, do you look at this team and act like, oh shit, this is an unfair team, or not? Like, do you look at this team and think like, God damn, this team is super stacked, or you're just like, oh, this is just a really good team? Like, do you look at this team like the Golden State Warriors from 2017, or
I don't think.
or
No,
the-
it's definitely not like on that level.
yeah,
I
or like
definitely
the,
don't think it's.
or like the 2012 Miami Heat, like that type of
No,
super
not
team.
really.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's because it's like I mean I think it's like the whole reason why I'm saying no is because it's the fact that it's in the West. Like literally, fucking anything could happen there.
And that's exactly my problem with people saying it's a
Like-
super team. Like, when you look at a super team, no matter what the competition is, you just look at that team and be like, okay, this is just not fair. Who's going to take them down? I think the 2017 Warriors is a perfect example of that. There was literally
Right.
no team that can stop them. I feel like
yeah.
with the Suns, just looking at the team, while yes, they are stacked on paper, it's just like you have Booker, you have KD, who are studs, they're superstars, but
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
like you have an aging Chris Paul and a crippled bench. Like who's on that bench?
Your bench did suffer from this. That's like the only
And that's
downside.
the problem. And
Yeah.
looking at other super teams, despite them having a lot of superstar power, they at least had some people on their bench that delivered,
So I
right?
mean, well, the thing is though, it's like, especially in the playoffs, I don't think it'll hurt you that
It
much.
won't because you can run a short man,
because
8 man
because in
rotation.
playoff because like in the playoffs it's like the rotations like for especially with the bench minutes get like taken from the starters because you're trying to win games.
It's like an 8 man rotation. That's what they're probably gonna do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's like the fact that we're still saying that the West is still wide open shows you that they really aren't above everybody else. Like, yes, on paper they're probably the best team in the West, but it's just like
Exactly.
I feel like we don't know if it's gonna work out because
Right.
they just got it right. We don't know if KD and Booker are compatible. We don't
Mhm.
know if Chris Paul can even stay healthy. He's injured right now. He's not back on the court,
Well,
right?
because like honestly, this team is okay. Like I know this is like a really stupid comparison. This team is kind of reminding me of like, do you remember when like the Nets got like Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and then everyone was basically saying it's like like now like who's gonna beat them?
Yeah. In my opinion,
Just don't
like
know.
I still think teams like the Mavericks, the Lakers, the Grizzlies, they can beat them in a series. Not
Okay, well,
easily,
okay,
but like in
no,
a 7 game
no,
series, yeah.
no.
Really?
Oh, okay, all right. First off, all right, who's look? I'll be honest. I love Luca. I love the Mavericks.
Yeah, same.
Okay, but who's gonna be guarding Kevin Durant in the playoffs? Like, if you're the
Nobody,
Mavericks,
nobody. But who's gonna
yeah,
be
yeah,
guarding?
he's gonna be
Who's gonna be
going
guarding
off of.
Luca? Who's gonna be guarding Luca?
That's true.
Yeah, who's gonna be guarding
I mean,
Kyrie? Chris Paul?
well,
Bro's
actually, to be
pushing
fair,
40.
don't put
Bro's pushing
don't put
40
Devin Booker on the don't put Devin Booker on Chris on
on
Luka
Luca
Doncic. He's
because
gonna
Luca's
like
gonna drop 50 a
he's
game.
gonna
You know what I'm
he's gonna
saying?
torch him, dude.
And don't put KD on Luca. Don't put KD's gonna allow 60 on Luca. Come on, bro.
Oh yeah, because
The
KD can't
greatest
play.
player of all time. Come on, man. No, I'm joking. But it's just
Yeah.
like that's a good matchup right there. You know what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
is a good matchup.
Like
Yeah.
Suns and Mavericks, even
Mhm.
Suns and Lakers. Even though like
Right.
yeah, KD and Booker are good. Like so are AD and Braun, and they have weapons. They have people that actually
Right.
have a good role. So that's what I'm saying. Like the Suns, on paper, they look really good, but we don't know how it's gonna mesh. And also, they have competition. That's why I really like this trade. Even though the Suns they took a risk, especially with the Suns, they have a new owner now, right?
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
owner's first real move. They traded
Mhm.
4 players away, or 3 players away, plus 4 first-round picks.
Yeah.
This is a risky move that has a high risk, high reward ratio. So, as an NBA fan, I love this trade. I think it's a good trade. Creates a lot of
It's a very good trade.
competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the West is incredibly tight in terms of competition. There's not
Oh
one
yeah.
team that's ahead, even though the Suns look
Right.
good on paper. There's still teams that can beat them, in
Yeah.
my
I
personal
feel
opinion.
like honestly, like the fight for the one seed might come down to like the last like
Last game,
2 weeks, like the last two like weeks of the season.
yeah, that play-on's gonna look crazy though.
That play's gonna look really
Oh
cool.
my god, I'm excited for the NBA. Like this,
Yeah.
I haven't been this excited for the NBA in a while, and I don't really care
Yeah, I
for the
haven't either.
regular season like that. I'm a playoffs type of guy. That's where it matters most. That's when I'm watching it. But it's just like, bro, like I'm gonna be tuned into these regular season games. Yeah. So yeah, those are the big 3 marquee trades.
Those are like the major
Any
trades
any
that
other
happened.
trades you want to talk about? There's one more trade I kind of don't like, the Bones Highland trade from the Nuggets. I don't know if you care about that too much. Bones Highland's a good stud. He's a stud. He's a player. He's a good point guard. The fact that the Clippers only traded 2 second-round picks away for Bones Highland is a fucking steal. That's
Yeah,
a
that's a
steal
steal.
right there.
That's a steal.
That's I don't know what the Nuggets were thinking getting a guy like
Yeah.
him away. I can't believe they
Right.
got rid of him. He's a good backup player.
Yeah, I
Does he
can't believe
start?
it
Does
either.
he start? Or does he come off the bench?
I don't actually know.
Yeah, he's a good player, man. He's gonna develop really
Yeah.
well in the Clippers. The Clippers did a good
Right.
job in this deadline as well. But I think losers definitely the Nets. They lost their 2 best players. That team is cooked. Ben Simmons, what is he gonna
Yeah.
do? What?
Dude, we fleeced the Nets.
Yo, the Nets, bro.
We literally made okay. It's so funny because we
As a-
said him,
bro, as
we
a
said
Knick-
Ben. Sim-
Hey, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
No, it's like we traded Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, and who was the other player we sent? I don't remember. And Andre Drummond, and then for James Harden, And the fucking Ben, not even like for 1 year there,
Oh my
fucking
god,
disbands the entire team.
bro,
It's great.
Ben really said that we're gonna be a good team. It's gonna look scary out here.
No,
Not even half
you're
a
gonna be
season.
scared.
Not even a half a season later, your two best players are gone. It's just him.
No, okay. I
It's
think
Ca-
you meant to say,
it's-
no, I'm gonna be scared.
Move over, man. It's Cam Thomas's team now. He's been going crazy. Like
I mean, to be fair, like they did get a lot of picks, but
they
the
got a
same
lot
thing
of
is-
draft capital back
But the
and players
biggest
to
problem
move.
is that like, okay, if the Suns are good, like for these next 4 years, what like those picks aren't gonna look very good.
That's true. But here's the thing: the Nets have they got a lot of players back. They have
Yeah.
they have so many wing play and guards in their roster right now. I'm surprised they didn't move those picks. Someone
No,
like
yeah.
Mikal Bridges, I would have moved him.
I
would
would
have
have
gotten
him for pick because like okay, at this point, like if you're the Nets, just tear everything down.
yeah, just tear everything apart at this
But
point.
you try.
I
you
would
tried
have
to-
traded Ben away. I would have gotten rid of his
Okay,
trash ass.
okay, well, okay, like as a Sixers fan, what value are you gonna get for him?
What
You're not gonna
value?
get much value.
That's
you're not gonna
true.
get much value from Ben.
This is his worst
Because
season.
again,
He's been
okay,
playing like
because
ass.
the biggest thing is though, like people keep saying it's like, oh, he's like a developmental guy. He was developed like we were trying to develop him
He's
for like
fully
what, like,
developed.
5 years.
Yeah, he still can't shoot for shit.
and he
Like,
still can't shoot. Like that's a big problem. Like it
Yeah.
made no sense.
Yeah.
Like so, like even if you try to trade him, you're probably not gonna get much.
Yeah, I'm happy though as a Knicks fan. Yo, they stole KD and Kyrie from us, and they got nothing out of it.
Like,
I am
yeah,
so
it is-
happy, bro.
It's so like
The Knicks are
because, like,
flourishing as well, so I'm
if
happy,
I'm
bro.
yeah.
As
if
a
I'm the
Knicks
Nets-
fan, fuck the Nets.
Yeah, I hate the Nets too.
Yeah.
But like if I'm the Nets owner, I would tear everything down. It's like you tried to make a super team, it didn't really work out. Like just tear everything down, trade away like all the players that you can for like assets before they're worth nothing,
Exactly.
and just start from scratch again.
Start from
like
scratch.
'cause
It's rebuilding
There's not
mode.
much you can't do anything anymore. You tried, but it didn't work out.
They went from a contender in the East with KD and Kyrie, because they were going crazy earlier in the season before KD went
yeah,
injured,
they were.
to
Yeah.
essentially a no man's team. Poverty
Yeah, it's
franchise,
like-
am I right? Right?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's very sad.
Yeah, they definitely lost this trade deadline. Biggest bums in the NBA. As a Knicks
Well,
fan,
like, okay,
we
like,
smoking on that
again,
Nets
and-
pack.
Yes, yeah. Bring out the lighter.
Bring out the lighter, man. But
Okay,
anyways,
like I mean, but then
um,
again, it's like like if those picks turn out to be good, then maybe like people will look back and say like, oh, okay, maybe they weren't losers.
yeah, man. I mean, they gave up. They traded their picks away for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. The Celtics
Right,
got
exactly.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Look at them now. But
Uh-huh,
anyways,
exactly.
speaking of moving on for the trade deadline, let's talk about the GOAT, LeBron James. On
Skip
what was
Bayless
it?
would tend to
Yesterday?
disagree.
Wasn't it yesterday or the day
It
before?
was yesterday.
Yesterday,
yeah,
we watched
was
the game
yesterday.
last night.
we
LeBron
were.
James broke the all-time scoring record in the NBA,
It-
38,388 points. He scored all-time against the Thunder. Let's talk about it, man. Is LeBron the greatest player of all time?
If you were asking to Skip Bayless, I think you know the answer.
No, Jordan's the GOAT. Like,
Like, okay,
okay,
like I think LeBron, is definitely the goat.
okay,
Like, because sure, people always bring up saying, oh, well, Jordan won,
6
that
rings.
did this. They won 6 rings. Well, keep in mind, he also won with like most of like the players he was with. It was basically that was the super team.
Yeah, he was on 2 super teams.
He had Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen.
I would say
Like,
that first three-peat, I wouldn't say that's a super team. It's just him and Scotty. But
Okay,
that
okay,
second
that's
three-peat for
fine.
sure. That
Like
second,
the second three-peat, yeah, like
Yeah.
that was a super team. So it's like sure, okay, yes, I'm not discrediting,
yeah,
Jordan
we're not
winning the first 3 rings.
by no means we're discrediting Jordan's like accomplishments. We're
But-
still acknowledging him as like
Yeah.
one of the greatest ever. But go ahead.
But like, what LeBron has been able to do, especially with like a lot of the teams that he was on, like carrying, like basically like just himself, like those like the early Cavs teams when he was like we were still really young, like to the finals. That's like really hard to do. But even though you lost, it's like it was only you that did it. You basically carried the team.
Exactly.
So I mean,
And the competition that he was facing earlier in his career, it was rough. He
also too.
when he went to the finals in 07, he was playing against a veteran Spurs team. Like he wasn't gonna beat them.
And yeah,
And
okay, and keep this in mind too.
and all the years that he lost prior to going to the finals were against that Celtics team, and they were stacked. That was a super
Okay.
team.
And also keep this in mind too. Like, if zone defense existed when Michael Jordan played, he would have sucked.
Why? Wait, what?
Okay, look back at all
Are you
those-
saying
'cause
Jordan can't shoot?
He not really, no.
What? No, he can shoot. He can shoot threes.
Was he like that much good, like that good of a 3-point shooter? I
Yeah,
don't really
I
remember.
mean, in the '91 finals, the Blazers were sagging off Jordan.
That's true.
They let him shoot threes. He had 8 threes in the first half
That's
of
true.
game one.
Okay,
Like, he
but
can
like,
shoot.
but
He can
also
shoot.
too, but another thing too was that a lot of Jordan's like his play was centered around like his mid range.
Yeah. Okay. And
So, if that existed, like, if zone existed, he would have like been like breaking a lot of those shots.
I don't know about that. I still think he'd be
Also,
hitting those
too-
shots.
But also too, he played against milkmen.
Play against plumbers and milkmen.
Yeah, he played.
Dead
Yeah,
big
he played
fathers.
against ordinary people. Like,
Played against
Nah, I'm
plumbers,
kidding.
man. Nah. But it's just like listen, man. I'm in between about it. There's some days where
my
I
opinion
say,
always changes about this.
yeah,
That's the biggest
same.
problem.
I agree. It's wavering. Some days I think LeBron's the GOAT. The other days I think Jordan is.
Right.
I think I think a lot of people to this day still put Jordan as number one, considering the fact that he has 6 rings. He has a perfect record, 6-0 in the finals. LeBron, on the other hand, is 4-6. However, the one thing that I hate when people try to discredit Bron and his rings is the fact that the competition that Bron was facing was way harder than Jordan has ever
Keep in
faced.
mind too.
If you look at the
if
competition that LeBron faced, for
Yeah.
4 straight years he played against those Warriors
he
teams.
played against the Warriors who had Klay Thompson,
Curry,
Steph Curry,
and KD.
and 2 of those years they also had Kevin Durant. By the way, like
Which, I'm going to be honest with you, no team in NBA history is beating those Warriors. With KD on that squad, nobody.
okay. Like I know we're gonna like branch off here. You really think that the Bulls can't beat the Warriors?
No, they're getting destroyed.
Really?
Listen, bro, I know defensively they may not be the best, but listen, bro, that Warriors team, their offense is their defense. You can give up a couple
That's
mid-range.
true.
You can give up a couple mid-ranges from mid-range jump shots from Jordan, but Curry's gonna come back and just hit a 3 from half court.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, that's like I don't know.
That's
'Cause,
how
like, I see
nasty
that
that
question.
team is.
I see that question so many times. Like, oh, who would win? Like the Warriors or these Bulls?
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
the Warriors
it's
would run
kinda
through
like-
that team. Cause listen, bro,
Yeah.
I understand they got Jordan. Like, they're gonna have a hard time guarding him, but who's guarding a prime KD, a prime Curry,
Dennis Rodman.
and prime Clay
De-
on the
okay.
wings? You think Rodman's guarding all 3 of those players?
Okay,
Who's
okay.
gonna?
I
Who's
think
gonna?
I think okay. I think Rodman's guarding. I think Rodman would be guarding KD. I don't know who Pippen would be guarding. I'm assuming Clay.
Yeah, but I think Clay's the biggest aspect when it comes to that team because Clay,
yeah.
before he tore his Achilles, he was going crazy.
He was going
insane.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, so like in my opinion, I think that's the greatest team of all time. So like that's the one thing I can never take away from Bron. He had to play against those teams.
Yeah.
A team
And
like
keep in
that,
mind too, like he in like the first time he was facing them, he was torching them.
he was killing them, bro.
He was killing them. The only reason why they won was again because LeBron had no help. He had Kyrie, sure, but like
Kyrie was
You know,
injured. Kevin Love was
he was
injured.
injured. Yeah, Kevin Love was injured.
And I'm not trying to take away from Curry's rings as well. He deserves
No,
them.
definitely.
But
He
it's just
definitely
like,
deserves them.
I'm just saying, like
He's
LeBron's competition was harder than Jordan's, in my
Like,
opinion. I just
yeah,
think that's
okay.
facts. But
Now-
there's a couple of things that could take away from LeBron's legacy of those finals rings, such as like the Mavs. They should have won in 2011. LeBron choked.
yeah, for
Let's be
sure.
real. 2014, LeBron had cramps and he choked. Yeah, those 2 years LeBron played like ass. Let's be real. But
Yeah.
statistically, in terms of what LeBron has accomplished, I think LeBron is the greatest player all around.
So
LeBron
I want to
isn't-
ask you this.
Okay, ask away.
So, okay, is like, do you like? So we obviously know that LeBron. Like, do you think Curry is the greatest shooter of all time?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that's like a universal thing. Everyone has to agree on that. Even though a lot of people hate Curry, he's like it's obvious.
Yeah, there's no discussion about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of that question, I've seen people try to discredit LeBron because he isn't the greatest player in one thing. Like Curry, for example. I've seen
Right.
older NBA players like Ray Allen talk about this. There's a video of like a fan going up to Ray Allen saying, "Who do you think is the GOAT?" And he said, Jordan. And the guy who asked him that question said, "Oh, LeBron." And Ray Allen was like, "Who's the greatest shooter of all time?" And he said, "Is LeBron the greatest shooter of all time?" The fan said, "No." "Is LeBron the greatest finisher of all time?" or whatever, the greatest free throw shooter of all time, the fans said no. And he's like, see, exactly, LeBron isn't the GOAT. But here's the thing, LeBron isn't the greatest at one thing. He's just really fucking good at everything. Like, if you look at LeBron and what he's done in his career as he's progressed from his early year, rookie year, to now, he's developed like crazy. The things that he's done.
Exactly.
When he first entered the league, he couldn't really shoot that well, but his ability to get to the rim was one to none. Nobody could do what he was doing.
You can't do anything against that.
Once he went to Miami, he became a defensive beast. He was one of the best defensive players in the league, to the point where I think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. He locked down KD when they played each other during the finals. Defensively, he was a monster when he was on the Heat.
Yeah, definitely.
Once he went to the Cavs, once he went back to Cleveland, offensively, that's where his game came together. He started shooting a lot better. He started hitting a shot. Once he got to LA, he started playing better overall. He became a better passer. He started playing the point guard role for the Lakers, which is how they won the championship in 2020. LeBron's game has developed
it definitely
well.
has, because he's learned how to play with people, with superstars,
and he's adjusted to today's game, which is is so crazy to do, considering that he's been in the league for 20 plus years. He's the Iron Man of the NBA. Not only is he one of the greatest players ever, if not the greatest, he's played for 20 straight years where he's delivered on a consistent level. If you look at the people that's from his class, his draft class, the only person
that draft class
exists,
was stacked, let's be honest.
like what, Carmelo, CP3, D Wade, LeBron. The only person that's still playing at a high level is Bron. We talked about it earlier. CP3 is regressing. He's falling off. Even though he's still a good player, he's not. He's a shell of what he used to be. D Wade retired. Carmelo's not in the league, even though he's my favorite player. He's not in the league anymore, which shows you that LeBron has like this Iron Man type feel. LeBron, I'm not gonna lie, he's gonna break 40,000 points, and he might even break the all-time assist record. He's 4th all-time in assists. And I just feel like statistically, even though he may not break Jordan's record or Jordan's rings in terms of like how many rings he's won, he may not match it. Statistically, I just feel like he's already surpassed Jordan in many categories all time. I understand like accomplishments wise, Jordan may have that edge, but just LeBron all time when it comes to what he's done, I just feel like Bron just has that edge. And in my opinion, as an all around player, he has that over Jordan, and I can't really take that away from him. So
that draft class was really stacked though. You got LeBron, Carmelo, Chris Bosh, D Wade, Kyle Korver, like the best white shooter of all time.
The best, not over Matt Bonner.
No, and also sandwiched between LeBron and Carmelo, Darko Milicic.
Oh my god, I know Pistons fans are seething right now.
Pistons fans sad, dude.
Oh my god.
So.
I mean, that's a lot, bro. It's like, I'm so glad we watched that game. We watched that game together, by the way.
That game was crazy.
That game was crazy. Even though the Lakers lost, the fact that they what's it called? They stopped the game after he broke the record to like talk on the court. I've never seen something like that before.
I've never seen that either. That was like
that was insane to me. Everybody essentially ran on the court to celebrate LeBron breaking that record. It was crazy, man. LeBron was cooking that night, though. I think he dropped almost 40 in that game. Even
I
though
think
the
he
Lakers
almost did.
lost.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's insane. Moving on from the NBA, I kind of want to bring this up quickly. There's some controversy with the new Harry Potter game. Have you heard about that?
Yes, I did. It's all over. It's everywhere.
So with the new Harry Potter game, I forget what the name was called. Wizards.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Hogwarts Legacy. Thank you. That game came out, and there's been a lot of controversy behind that game. Now, the game itself is really good. I'm planning to buy it. It looks amazing. I've seen some gameplay. It's a game that's been hyped up for a very long time. However, the reason why the game has received so much controversy is because the author of the Harry Potter series, J.K. Rowling, has some opinions when it comes to transgender people. Essentially, she has expressed that she doesn't believe in transgender people. She doesn't believe that people like that should have those rights. And, you know, I disagree. I don't think she should have said that outright.
Yeah, what she says is wrong.
Yeah, it's transphobic. It's just not right. However, because of those comments that she's made, people are trying to essentially cancel this game. Yeah, how do you feel about this?
Like, okay, like I can't support what she's saying. Like
Yeah, same.
obviously,
We don't
like I don't
condone
think
what
I
she's
don't think
saying.
many people can't, like obviously,
Yeah,
but
it's pretty
like
bad, but yeah, continue.
why should that discredit you for really buying something? Like just you don't have like if you don't support it, you can still buy a game and like it, you know?
Yeah, you can buy the
Just
game,
because
so
it's like
you
it's
can
almost like the same. It's almost like the same thing with like Kanye. It's like, oh, just because like he's anti-Semitic doesn't mean I support anti-Semitism when I listen to his music. Like,
exactly. It's like you can buy the game and support the Harry Potter series without supporting and
what she
accepting
says.
what she said. Exactly. It's just like with what she said. It's like, and people always bring up the argument. It's like, oh, you're buying this game. You're just putting money in her pockets, dude. She's a fucking billionaire. Do you think
She
sixty
does because she
dollars?
does get
Do you
royalties.
think $60 makes a difference to her? Like she's making billions just from the books alone.
I know,
Like that game in terms of ad revenue is not gonna make a significant difference. Like yes,
right?
she's getting royalties from the game itself, but it's just
She
like
isn't.
people are buying the game because they want to buy it, and it's like
They
have
want to be a wizard, dude.
they want to be a wizard. It looks cool. It's an open world wizard game next gen, and it looks amazing. And the fact that people are trying to stop other people from buying this game is annoying. Like I get it. You want to boycott this game and that's fine, but you shouldn't try to stop people from trying to play this game simply because like, oh, the author said this. I understand that
Right.
her comments are harmful and I agree she
Yes.
should not have said that. We do not
She should
condone
not. Definitely not.
transphobic values, but
Mhm.
it's a video game at the end of the day. If people want to buy
Yeah.
it, play it. If people want to play it, they're gonna buy it. And that's just the facts about it. And there's been a lot of controversy behind it, especially with people on Twitch. People are going into people's streams and essentially attacking these streamers for playing this game. Now, all I'm gonna say is that it's great that people are boycotting, J.K. Rowling and her values, and it's okay to boycott this game. That's fine. However, don't try to attack people who are playing this game and just trying to enjoy this form of entertainment. Just because they're
Right.
buying this game doesn't mean they support transphobic values and transphobia
Exactly.
of people like J.K. Rowling. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I've been trying to convey. Just because you buy the game doesn't make you transphobic. That's just a stupid
Exactly.
statement, man. I don't know. It's just like the game looks great. People are gonna buy it. They don't support this transphobic values that J.K. Rowling is trying to preach. Yeah, it's just weird that people are like this. I get it. It's just this is another example of cancel culture being too far. You know?
Yeah. Like I mean, like I don't know if I'm gonna buy it because like because there's a lot of other games I'm excited for, and I don't know if like I can justify like this purchase.
Yeah.
So
I'm
it's
I'm
like
I'm gonna buy the game eventually. I think it's out on Steam right now, but at least from the gameplay from what I've seen, it looks amazing. I'm kind of pissed that you can't play Quidditch. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. If you don't know what Quidditch is, that's like the main
Yeah,
sport for
yeah.
Harry Potter.
I read like the books and watched the movies and all that
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah. So like, there's some things you can't do, but the game looks amazing. So it's definitely a cop for me. I'm definitely buying that game. And if anybody's mad, eat a dick. But
Okay, man.
it's just like I said, if you want to boycott the game, boycott the game. But don't harass people for buying the game and playing it just because they
Right.
want to buy the game. And as mentioned before, just because you buy and play the game doesn't make you transphobic. And please stop attacking these content creators simply for playing
Exactly.
this game. They're not promoting transphobia, as well as many content creators are playing this game and are donating the proceeds behind the game that they're playing to charities that promote values of transgender and the LGBT community.
Right.
Anyways, you
yeah.
got anything else you want to say about the topic or no?
Nah. I think you covered most of that. Moving on. Did you see the Grammys?
No, I don't care about that whitewash show.
From what I saw, like it was very, very okay.
Okay. Give your thoughts about it. I don't really
The only
care about
like
the
one of the
Grammys.
one of the saving graces was that Kendrick won Best Rap Album.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Like
I would have been mad. I would have been very mad if fucking Jack Harlow or DJ Khaled won. Like their projects that they've dropped this year have been mid to basically garbage. I don't care if I hurt
Jack
anybody's
Harlow's was
feelings,
not
but
good.
I stand by that. Jack Harlow is definitely the most overhyped rapper that came out this
he's
year.
all hyped because literally
He's
it's
white,
because
that's
he's
why.
white.
He's white.
That's literally why.
He's white. Like he has some good songs, don't get it wrong. I do like some of his music for sure, but the guy is definitely overhyped. His album that he dropped is
he's
extremely
really
mid.
good as a featured artist. He's really good, but then on all his solo stuff, he's like very eh.
Yeah, I don't know. His album is definitely the definition of mid, in my opinion.
It's not even mid. I'd say like it's like below average. I don't think it's
Yeah,
ever. It's
but
like
but
very
DJ
good.
Khaled, that album, that shit was ass. Let's be real, that shit was butt cheeks. I mean, I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah,
chief.
that was bad too.
That shit
I
was
don't get how.
ass.
I'm still like confused on how the JID's The Forever Story does not get nominated.
Same. That was a.
I'm saying right now, if that was nominated, it would have won.
I don't know because he's not a big name, but
Well, okay,
def-
well, but even then, like just imagine, okay, because I remember you said this like before when Kendrick's album came out. It was like it went and gone. It came and went. Like
but it's Kendrick. You gotta remember, like it's
yeah,
Kendrick. Like
yeah,
he has a name for
but
himself. He's one man.
exactly because it's like he already has a name for himself. It's like he's already established as one of like the greatest rappers. But with with JID, it's like everyone was hyping this up. Like they were like talking about it for months.
Yeah, a lot of his diehard fans, they love this
Yeah.
project, and I liked it too. I'm a fan of his content, so it's just like I'm a fan of
I
his
listened
music.
because like I remember like someone told me about it and I listened to it and I was like, wow, this is really fucking good.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
good.
heat.
It's good. It's great. So yeah, I definitely think he will snub. I don't know if he submitted his
Definitely.
album for the Grammys, but I'm glad that DJ Khaled Trash Ass album didn't win. I'm glad
Yeah.
that Jack
They
Harlow's mid
salvaged
album
it at
didn't win.
least.
Yeah, yeah. So at least for the hip hop
Like,
side,
but I mean, this is like got me wondering. It's like because I've been looking back at like a lot of like the like past like awards and they suck.
they do. They do.
Like Cardi B winning over Travis Scott and
That's
Mac Miller.
blasphemy. That's blasphemy. Oh my god.
Like if I would literally like
And-
would have say
And do you know
to
do you know what sucks even worse? Do you know what makes it even worse? The fact that that was the year that Mac Miller died. R.I.P. him. But
Oh, yeah,
during the
that's true.
Grammys, the Grammys did fly out Mac Miller's mom and dad, and the
did.
fact that like he didn't win, it's just like it makes it even worse.
No, and,
Apparently there was a tribute video if Mac Miller was gonna win, which he didn't.
Wow.
Which he didn't
Yeah.
win. So the fact that they flew out his parents, it just makes it even
like
worse.
if I were to tell you like if I would go back in time and tell you like a day before the Grammys that Cardi B was going to win, I think you'd
I'd laugh.
look
I'd be
at
like,
me
"What
with
the fuck?"
like yeah, you'd be like what?
Yeah, like, and by no means am I saying Cardi B's a bad rapper. I think she has some good tracks. I'm not gonna lie.
I can make better music at like throwing like a rat against the wall.
Yo, calm down. Okay, that's a little bit too much. I ain't gonna lie. You reaching? She has some good tracks. I'm not gonna count. She
I
can
think
rap,
you're
but
reaching.
I think she
She
has
can-
some good tracks.
she-
But
okay,
here's the thing.
look,
I
she
don't
can
think
somehow make Bruno Mars like a Bruno Mars song sound bad.
I
like-
don't think. I think she has some good tracks, but I don't think her project was even close to Astroworld. I think Astroworld is a phenomenal project, and it
I
still
think, like-
holds value to this day.
I think if you were like if either Sicko Mode or not Sicko Mode, Astro World, or Swimming one, I think like either of them, like I
You
think
would've
if
been fine
either of
with
them won, I would have been fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then yeah, and then like one of the worst years was in 2014 when literally some of the best albums of like that decade came out and Macklemore somehow won.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna
Fucking
tell me that The
Macklemore.
Heist was better than Yeezus, Magna Carta, Holy Grail. What
Nothing
else?
was the same.
Nothing was the same. Good Kid, Mad City.
Jesus. That's
Like
that was bad.
no,
I ain't gonna lie, Chief.
that was like
That
the
was
worst.
horrible.
I think that was like that's the worst example. That was like a really bad.
No,
like,
that's another
year.
example that, like you said, that's another example of the Grammys essentially giving favoritism to a white rapper.
Yeah. Apparently though, like Macklemore did like tweet out like a day after he's like that like Kendrick should have won it, but I don't know if he was doing that because of like the fans were just pissed, or if he actually genuinely thought that like Kendrick deserved it.
Yeah, like that album doesn't even hold up to this day. Nobody talks about that project. Nobody even talks about Macklemore. Like, bro fell off after 2012 or whatever.
I mean,
the
then
year he
again
won.
though, to be fair though, like the year after Kendrick did win like because he made because of To Pimp a Butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
So like I mean, but like it's still he should have had like another one though.
True. That's the one thing I
Like-
gotta say. Like, these award shows don't mean shit.
They don't
just, like-
because it's really like it's okay. Personally, it's really like a fan thing now. If the fans love it, then I think I think
It's
like
not
the
even a
artist is
fan
just,
thing
like,
because they don't even vote. The fans don't vote. It's old white
Okay,
people
but if-
that in
well,
the
no, like-
production company.
as long if the fans go like yo your new album was like really good, if they tell them and they're like I think that's all the recognition they want really at this point because it's like
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
all
sure
they
like
need.
most people know that like the Grammys suck.
Yeah, that's what it is. They play favoritism. If
Exactly.
it's especially for the hip hop category, if a white rapper is
Yeah.
nominated, they're most likely gonna win. And it's just like that's just how it is, unless you're a big
Yeah.
name, right? So that's why nobody takes it.
Unfortunately, like that's what it's gonna be. Like,
True. And
there's
I
nothing we can
mean,
do to change it,
like you
really.
said, as long as the fans like their favorite artist's album, that's all you need to do. That's all you
Right.
need to do to make a good project, in my opinion.
Hmm.
People are talking about it, people are listening to it. You don't really need recognition from these big production companies because at the end of the day, they play favorites and biases. Same thing with Double XL. You don't need recognition from that anymore. You have the power of the internet. Double XL has fallen off ever since 2016 with those freestyles. Like there's been some good ones post 2016, but you don't need that to, promote your music. You just need
Right.
the power of the internet. You just need TikTok
Hmm.
and YouTube and Instagram to push your image. That's all you need.
Right.
So that's the one advantage that artists have in today's era. While I think a
Exactly.
lot of music has become more fast food type beat, like McDonald's type music, where
Mhm.
it's like a lot of it's garbage where it's you can just recycle it. Not a lot of music in today's era is more like fast food where it's just like it comes and goes where you have to make music
Mhm.
every couple of months instead of making an album every couple of years. You have the power to push that out with TikTok, right? So
Right.
that's the advantage that you have.
Exactly.
But
Like,
anyways, at the end of the day, the Grammys suck. They play
the
they
Grammys
pl-
suck.
they
Yeah, I
play
don't think they're ever gonna
favoritism.
change.
They won't change. We won't be watching them. Did you watch them or
Yeah.
no?
I only like wanted to see like best rap album because it's like as long as like Kendrick won, I'd be like, okay, I'm satisfied.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Moving on, let's talk about it, man. The Super Bowl is this weekend, this
Yep.
Sunday. You're heading to the Super Bowl, which is
Yep.
amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. This is like a one-time experience for me. I'm very excited.
yeah, good. That's gonna be that's gonna be an experience. Let's just say that
Yes.
you're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm kind of jealous. I'm not gonna lie, even though I'm not an Eagles fan. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be amazing for sure. Being in the Super
Hmm.
Bowl. Yeah, Eagles versus Chiefs play this Sunday. Let's just give our predictions.
All right. I'm gonna hear yours first.
Okay. Oh man, I don't know. Okay, as a Giants fan, I do not want the Eagles to win. I'm gonna say that
Yeah.
straight up.
Your heart
Fuck
just yeah.
the
Like,
Eagles. Fuck the
yeah. Your
Eagles.
heart just doesn't say. And that's fine too. Like if the Giants win the Super Bowl, like, I'd be like my heart can't like root for the Giants.
Yeah, bro.
Like
I can't support the Eagles, but at the same time, the Eagles look good. Like the
I know.
Eagles look good. Like from every position, they are stacked.
Right.
They have arguably the best defense in the league. Second best. I'll give it
No.
behind the Niners.
I'd say top 10, top 5.
I'll give it top three. That rush end is insane.
Yeah,
Josh Sweat,
Hassan Reddick is insane.
Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, also was it Dominic
Javon
Sue,
Hargrave.
Javon Hargrave, the cornerbacks y'all got. That defense is
Dude,
insane.
I love it, dude.
That
Like,
that D line is the best D line I've ever seen, or one of the best.
yeah,
I'd
one of
say.
the best. Yeah,
Um,
it's amazing. I
the,
love it.
the offense, yeah, front to end, that team looks good.
Yeah.
But they're playing
But
against
then you
Pat
look at the
Mahomes.
opposite, the
They're
opposing
play-
end. Yeah.
Yeah, you're playing Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. For the Chiefs to win, Pat Mahomes got to pull up Pat Mahomes. And I'm going to say
Yeah.
right now, Pat Mahomes is going to go crazy. I got the Chiefs winning.
Ooh.
I think this is going to be a shootout.
I think a shootout would be really cool. Like,
I
to
think this is
see,
gonna be a
especially in
shootout.
person.
I would say this is going to be high 30s in terms of the game. 38,
Mm.
35 Chiefs win on a field goal.
Really.
Something like that. Or like last week, I said it was going to be a shootout or a defensive game. The Chiefs, they don't have the best defense though. Their defensive ends, their D line is really good.
The D line is good, but like the one like thing that is like a big red flag is their like secondary.
Their secondary is gonna get torched. I'm not gonna lie. There's a
Oh,
good
no,
possibility
definitely.
it's gonna happen. But
Yeah,
like it's Pat Mahomes we're talking about, arguably the best player in the league.
like even though it's like okay when people say like oh yeah he's injured so like I think the Eagles have a better chance, but it's like he's still playing though.
he
It's
still
like,
balled the fuck
it's,
out.
It's not like it's not like he like
He's
basically
still
like,
balled the
he's
fuck
bad.
out.
He is still like Patrick Mahomes like you would literally probably have to cut both of his legs off just to like for him to miss.
stop him.
Or just basically like make him a nugget or something like that.
Yo, chill. Oh my
I'm sorry.
god.
I'm sorry. Like, no, but actually, okay, no. It's true though. It's like this dude would literally play on like his stumps. Like if you cut both his legs, he would still play.
No, that's crazy, bro. But yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong. But
Like-
it's just like, yeah, Pat Mahomes. It's like whatever. It's like I said this last week. you can give him the most bummy receivers, tight ends, and running backs in the league,
Yeah.
and he will still carry you to a Super Bowl.
And again, it's like, as much as I want Jalen Hurts to win MVP, the only reason why I don't think he's going to is because of the fact that, he had a better offense around him. Patrick Mahomes did it without Tyreek Hill.
And yes, he has Travis Kelce, but his wide receiver core, he has Juju, right? Juju Smith-Schuster.
It's Juju, yeah.
Outside of
Like,
those
that's
two
it.
weapons, they don't really have anything crazy.
They
The
don't
fact-
have like an AJ Brown type player.
Yeah, they don't have they don't have those crazy weapons like that, like what Jalen Hurts has. And I just feel like Mahomes, knowing what he's had, knowing what he's accomplished, he's already won a ring. He's been to the Super Bowl multiple times. He has that
Right.
experience. This is gonna be another game for him where I just feel like he's gonna ball out. And as you mentioned, he's had that ankle injury. I'm not gonna lie, that won't be much of a factor. He's had 2 weeks of rest.
That's true.
I don't think
again,
that's
it's the same thing
gonna.
with like Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts definitely was playing injured during the NFC Championship, and I think these 2 weeks was going to help him a lot.
Yeah, they're both gonna be rested up. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
They're gonna be both at nearly 100%. So I don't think their injuries are gonna affect them. I think this is gonna be a shootout, man.
It's gonna be a shootout, and it's gonna be this is probably going to be like one of the greater like.
This is gonna be a really good game, bro.
Yeah. So.
So like I said, Chiefs beat the Eagles 38-35.
I mean, you know what?
But yeah,
That's fair.
Let me hear your opinion.
So I mean, okay, like I'm gonna try my best not to be biased here, even though like
You can be biased. You're an Eagles fan and you're going to the game. You can be biased.
That's true. Well, okay, but like, so looking at it now, it's like the one thing again. I think if like the Eagles are able to exploit the Chiefs' defense and see like all like the like the mismatches and all that stuff like that, like it's definitely gonna be like a slaughter
for
like,
the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, because like, okay, so the main thing is that like, if we win this game, it's not gonna be because of the defense. It's probably gonna be because of the offense. Because let's be honest, like Patrick Mahomes can probably torch he can torch a lot of defenses. Let's be honest.
True. No matter how good the defense
no matter how
is.
good they are, he can.
However,
he can somehow find a way to torch them.
However, the one thing is he's been shut out before.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
you look at when he played the Buccaneers, when the Chiefs played
That's
the Buccaneers
true.
a couple years
Right.
ago, the Bucks destroyed.
He
the
did,
Chiefs.
yeah.
And they had a legendary defense. Like that defense
Yeah.
was nasty. And
That defense.
I'm not
was
gonna lie,
amazing.
the Eagles. I'm not saying their defense is as good, but they have a similar type of defense.
That's true. Yeah, because it's very like pass rush heavy usually.
Very pass rush heavy. Their secondary's good. They can guard almost
yeah.
anybody. And like, I don't know how good that offensive line is for the Chiefs, but
It's like it's decent.
It's
But like the
decent.
thing is though, it's like if we were able to sack Brock Purdy and like all that stuff like that.
you guys
I
can
don't
get
know.
Pat Mahomes.
Exactly.
And,
But
yeah.
but then again though, like Pat Mahomes compared to Brock Purdy, he's mobile.
And he's just a better player overall.
But then again though, if that ankle still bothers him, then that could obviously like factor in some way.
That's true. But overall, man, this is gonna be a really good fucking game.
It's gonna be really good. So
I'm so excited
okay,
for this, man.
here's my prediction. All right.
Yeah, let's hear your prediction. Let's hear it.
37-31 Eagles.
Okay, I knew you were gonna say
I
the
think
Eagles.
I think it's gonna be like a last second, like Jalen Hurts, like because like this is the thing that like defines his career. Like 2 minutes left. Like I'm giving my NFL script right now. Like 2 minutes, like a 2 minute warning, basically. Like we're at like the 80-yard line or something like that. He leads like a 2 minute drive.
The
and then,
80-yard line.
Not 20-yard line. I mean,
the 20 from his own half.
From our own 20. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't talk today.
I got you. It's fine.
But yeah, 20-yard line, and then he leads like an 80-yard drive. Not 80, I'd say maybe more like 70 because like 80 would literally mean the end zone and everything like that. And then he runs in for a touchdown, and that like caps off the game.
And then they stop the Chiefs on defense.
Yeah, and then they stop him on defense, or like either that, or it's like like they burn enough clock to where like once he scores, there's only like 10 seconds left, and like there's not much you can do
They have
there.
to do a bunch of laterals and shit, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good
So
prediction.
it's like
I knew you
yeah.
were gonna say the Eagles are gonna win. You're an Eagles fan. I'm not gonna hold you to it. You're gonna support. Yeah, you gotta root for your team. And
Well, I'm pretty sure it's like if the Giants like win the Super Bowl, like, you'd probably say Giants. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
of course. And at least you acknowledge that the Chiefs got they got a team.
The Chiefs are like again, but the thing is though, it's all gonna like if the Chiefs secondary like if they start getting torched like early in the game, then it might be looking bad for the Chiefs. It's like
I'm not gonna lie, like I said in the past couple of games for the Eagles, and I mean for a lot of these playoff games, I think this game is gonna be dictated on how well the Chiefs can contain that Eagles D line. That's just how I see it.
And honestly, you know what? No, you're not. Honestly, you're not wrong because it's like if Hassan Reddick keeps getting these opportunities to sack Mahomes,
Yeah, Mahomes
then
is not
like
gonna be able to throw the ball. That's why
he's not gonna be able to throw the ball.
if you look at
like-
that Bucks Chiefs game, the reason why Mahomes got shut out is because that offensive line could not contain that
they couldn't
D
do
line.
anything.
Yeah, they could
I
not
know.
protect Mahomes, and I think if we get something similar to that in Sunday's game, Mahomes is not going to be able to do Mahomes things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think if the defense gets to Mahomes early and they continue to do it throughout the game, and the Chiefs cannot protect Mahomes, it's going to be a long day
Right.
for the Chiefs. And I think the Eagles could they could win off that alone. But
Yeah, that's true.
Patrick Mahomes is gonna do some crazy shit. The Chiefs have been to the Super Bowl many times before. This isn't their first rodeo. They have lots of experience.
Well, no,
And I'm pretty
definitely.
sure Mahomes is studying that Eagles defense. I think he's learned from his mistakes from his past, but this is a completely different defense we're talking about. You guys got
Right.
some monsters on their end, so it's just all I'm gonna say, bro, is it's gonna be a good game. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a really good game. I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
But also it's when you say that Patrick Mahomes is gonna be studying the defense, what makes you think Jalen Hurts isn't? Like
He will.
you've seen
He will, for sure.
you've seen Jalen
Both
Hurts
sides, both sides.
study these defenses and he's picked them apart.
Yeah, he will for sure.
Whether it's through his legs or with his arm, it's
Yeah. That's
So,
true,
I mean-
that's true. I mean, both
Yeah.
sides will be studying footage. Let's make
Right.
that clear, of course.
Mhm.
This is Super Bowl we're talking about.
Right.
Did the Pro Bowl happen?
The Pro Bowl happened.
Bro, nobody
Who gives
talks
a
about
fuck
that shit, bro.
No one talks about it because it's fucking boring as shit.
Didn't they do a flag football Pro Bowl instead of content? Yeah, nobody's watching that shit. That's the one thing the NFL is not good at. They're not good at outside of the actual playoffs in the regular
Okay,
season.
here's what I'm saying right now.
Nobody cares
Here's what I'm
about
saying
that
right now.
shit.
Get rid of the Pro Bowl games altogether.
Yeah.
Just okay then.
Just
Make it kind of like an honor for that, for the players.
Yeah, exactly. Because nobody watches these games. Nobody's gonna watch the Pro
Right.
Bowl. Especially with the other they hold other events as well. I understand that there's people that like it, and
Some of the events are pretty funny, but
yeah, isn't there a
with Kirk
catch?
Cousins.
Isn't there a catch contest or whatever?
Yeah, I love the Kirk Cousins one because he's just missing the targets.
Fucking fraud, bro. He wasn't playing at prime time. That's why he was playing ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say for this upcoming game or not?
No, I think we've touched on everything.
Touched on everything. Yeah, this Sunday I'm praying on the Eagles' downfall. Mahomes is the GOAT.
I'm waiting for you to cope.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse ring. If they win, I'm saying this is a Mickey Mouse ring.
Copium.
Yeah,
Copium.
I don't care. I'm coping, bro. Mickey Mouse ring. Y'all beat.
Super copium.
Hey, y'all beat a Giants team that shouldn't have made the
Oh,
playoffs.
so you said,
Y'all
wait,
beat them.
So
Yeah.
you're saying your team was sucked?
No,
You're saying your team sucked?
yes, I'm saying my team was ass. We weren't supposed to make the playoffs. Y'all beat Brock fucking Purdy, and you guys beat Mahomes on a hurt ankle.
Guess what? Don't take that on Hassan Reddick then.
Hassan Reddick's cheating, bro. He's on drugs and steroids.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay, then. Okay, maybe it's the fact that it's the third string tight end. You could have had an actual lineman on him.
Bro, he's blind, bro. Cut him some slack. Come on, dude.
Yo, if he's blind, why are you playing in the NBA?
Oh man.
NBA, wait.
You said the NBA.
It's an NBA. Hold on.
NFL,
okay.
NFL. But hey, man, it's gonna be a good game, man. I'm excited for this Sunday. Yeah, that's gonna be all for today's pod. If y'all, we're gonna talk about the outcome of the Super Bowl. We're gonna talk about why the Eagles are the biggest frauds once they lose next week.
We're also gonna talk about me coping. So
yeah, have fun when you go to the Super Bowl. That's gonna be lit. I'm jealous of you, man. That's a once in a lifetime experience. Yo, make sure you take some pictures. Get some videos.
Yeah. Hell yes, dude. I'm taking pictures
And hopefully, once you get them, share them once we record on the pod, so you get to see them. So that's gonna be fun. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new around here. We got some videos dropping from this pod later this week. I might upload some shorts, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.